Okay, in this problem we have a surveyor standing 67 meters from the base of the building, measuring the angle to the top of the building and finds it to be 36 degrees. The surveyor then measures the angle to the top of the radio tower on the building and finds that it's 46 degrees. How tall is the radio tower? Okay, so the first thing that you'd want to do is draw a picture. So here we have the surveyor and here we have the building, and we know that it's 67 degrees in between here, so 67 degrees here. And then the surveyor measures the angle to the top of the building and finds that that is 36 degrees. So, and on top of the building there's a stick or radio tower, and the surveyor measures that distance or that angle there and finds that it's 46 degrees to the top. So looking at this picture, what we have are pretty much our two right triangles. We have this right triangle formed from the line from the surveyor to the top of the antenna, and then on this side we have the antenna and the building, and then this side the ground, which is 67 meters. And a smaller triangle here is formed by the line of sight from the surveyor to the top of the building itself, and then the ground between the building and the surveyor there. So what I'm going to do is just take a look at each of those individual triangles. And so this one would be the triangle formed by the line of sight from the surveyor to the top of the antenna and the building on this side, and then the ground between the surveyor and the building. And so I have a right triangle, I have this angle here, and I have the side opposite that angle and the side adjacent to that angle. So the trigonometric function that relates those two is the tangent, and we would have that the tangent of 46 degrees is the opposite, which is y, over the adjacent. So that gives us an equation to solve. We could multiply both sides by 67, and then going to the calculator, that would be 69.38 meters to 2 decimal places. Then taking a look at the smaller triangle, what I would have is a similar situation. I have this angle 36 degrees, and again in the right triangle I have the opposite side, and here I have the adjacent side to the angle 36 degrees. So the trigonometric function again that relates those two would be tangent, or one of them at least. So the tangent of 36 degrees would be the opposite over the adjacent again, so that's b over 67, and just like before we could multiply both sides by 67 and then go to the calculator, and we would get that the height of the building is 48.68 meters. So this number right here is the height of the building plus the radio antenna. This is the height of the building alone. So going back to the regular picture that we had, or the picture that we had, and labeling what we know, 69.38, that was the height of the antenna plus the building itself, and then 48.6 is the height of the building. And so we want the height of the radio tower in this problem, so all we would have to do to get that is just subtract 48.68 from 69.38, and that will give us this distance right here, which is the height of the radio antenna.